In a world with entirely too many shows about cars, this is another pointless automotive podcast.
Are you good?
The jury's out on that one.
Yeah.
For
Well,
sure.
if I asked, are you hood, you would say, like, I don't
Oh.
even need to ask because I know.
I'm from the streets and for the streets. You know how I roll.
That's right. That's right. Halal in the sheets, haram in the streets, or the other way around. The other way around. Anyways,
Microsoft spreadsheets.
yeah,
How's it going, man?
good. Things are good. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you got some leftover Rainies.
I'm holding up a Rainier, which let's just plug it right at the beginning. Get on the Patreon, guys. We got late night confidential episodes, and we got Mighty Toasty off some Rainies one night.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
Good time.
And that was a listener request, a Patreon member request, is that we drink Rainies, and I actually found some locally. So
it's not bad at all.
It really is not compared to the hard Mountain Dew. It's lap of luxury. So next time we'll have to drink
low bar,
like actual sewage, or
again,
like racehorse semen. I don't know, something.
Oh, that's pricey.
Yeah. Well, no, just like the 11th place horse. Not like the. You don't want the real deal.
He's a real comer, though.
You don't want to see your
Okay.
biscuit. Yeah. Soggy sea biscuit? I don't know.
Oh.
Anyways, thanks for joining us, I suppose.
Shit.
And if maybe you read the title, I don't know. We're going to talk about Suzuki.
Nothing
today.
but Suzuki, I've heard.
Yeah, and I don't, and not about their motorcycles or their personal watercraft, or their, what else do they make?
I don't know.
I'm sure they make like quads.
Yeah, they do. They make ATVs and stuff, but they really don't have anything else that I can think of. Like Mitsubishi has its like old TVs and HVAC units, right?
Yep.
I don't think Suzuki has anything like that.
Fuji Heavy Industries, aka Subaru, makes like transatlantic shipping vessels and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah. This is Suzuki, famously, and we're talking about their cars because we've owned a few of their products. They don't get a lot of run here in the United States, certainly in today's marketplace, because they've been over a decade out of selling anything here in North America. So let's just have a moment, an ode to our friends at Suzuki of North
All
America.
hail the mighty Suzuki. In my scholarly ways, which are ill at best, I actually went through and chronologically placed when each model was released here in the States. I probably
Good, because I didn't.
There's probably it took too long to. There's probably some holes in it, but it's generally pretty good. And there's some awesome models, and there's a lot of blah at the end of it, which we'll get into.
Yeah.
What's game within a game? Do you dare to venture a guess what their first model was here in the US of A?
That was and I feel, let me know if I'm the only one that
feel
feels
attacked.
a little weird about it.
Okay.
That would be the introduced in 85 for the 1986 model year Suzuki Samurai, I believe, correct?
Something beat it.
Well,
Oh.
unless,
Unless.
and that's badged as a Suzuki, I believe that is the first thing that we got.
There was a Swift. I believe 85 was the first model year of the base Suzuki Swift.
I think we got it here as the Sprint. I don't think it was here as a Suzuki. I believe for 85, the Swift was the Cultus, was the Chevy Sprint.
Yes, same vehicle though, but
Yes.
not the GTI GT variant that we talk about on the pod all the time. Just the regular
that came later.
Swift/Sprint did beat the Samurai. You did get number 1 and 2, which came out in 1986.
Correct. Yeah. So branded as a Suzuki was the Samurai, as the Chevy Sprint. Not yet turbo, but non-turbo. 49 horsepower carbureted, I think.
Yeah.
Or it might have been TBI. I don't remember. TMI?
I don't know if they had TBI. Did they have TBI that early?
They did.
that's
I don't know if in that I don't know if and when we got it as carbureted. We might not have seen it as carbureted.
Because I have GM kept their TBI a lot longer than they should have. We can all agree to that point. Because my 94 S10 Blazer is TBI, as well as my 95 Geo Tracker, probably going to be on this list in some form. Both are TBI. I thought
you were going to reveal on the podcast that you've recently sustained a TBI. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure where we were going there.
Can you sustain another one on top of one if you already have one?
That's why you have so many helmets in the recording studio.
Seriously,
combat the TBIs.
So let's just start off with the Swift, man, or the Sprint, if you will.
Yeah.
Just a cheap car. Like there's no other way to. I don't know. How do you describe the non-GTI, non-GT variant? It's a car, barely.
Well, yes. I mean, it's a certified shitbox. But what's funny is, I bet if you transport yourself back to 1985, as an adult, not as a single-digit-year-old, as you and I both were.
Fair enough.
And just think of yourself as the average American shopper in 1985, 1986, looking at subcompact cars. Sure. I'm willing to bet that at the time, us American consumer probably looked at the Chevy Sprint, the base ass Chevy Sprint, as maybe the most shittiest shitbox on the market.
It had to be, right?
Viewed. I don't think it actually was, though. Because if you look like retro, like, hindsight 2020, you stack that car up to a K car, a Chrysler, your Plymouth Reliant, your Dodge Aries, which was a far more expensive, larger, more equipped car, or you stack it up to a Chevy Chevette.
Yeah, I was going to say Chevette is the analog
from Chevy, which is a little bit later. I think it's a much better product. Ultimately,
is it better than a Tercel?
No, certainly not. And even like you're talking an 85 Tercel is also a certified shitbox.
Absolutely,
but like a better built, less price cut, which is wild to say about a Tercel.
SR5 wagon form is pretty sweet, though. We all know that.
Sure, yeah, but like a basic Tercel.
Yeah.
What DLX? I don't remember what they called their base trim. It might have been just Tercel.
Yeah, this was the tail end of the malaise era, really going up into the mid 80s. We had a not good economy at the time. Ship boxes were super prevalent because it was all anyone could swing.
Like a Pontiac 1000, like this absolute certified shitters.
Nothing good. Yeah.
And these cars, like they, got better fuel economy. Was certainly more of a death trap, but more reliable. Probably longer lasting ultimately.
I feel like they were turning that corner, right? Like we're getting out of the age of like cheap Japanese cars that are just shit boxes, right? And they're starting to become more reliable, and that's causing the domestic makers to make more reliable shit boxes as well. A rising shit tide raises all shit boxes, right? I think it's funny. Saying.
Like it really makes me, if we're talking end of the malaise era. Or I don't know about end of the malaise era, really the heart of the malaise era. If we go back a little bit to like say 1979, 1980, 1981, 1982.
But I feel like 88, 87, 88 is when we really started to crawl out of that, for sure.
For sure. But kind of what I'm getting at is if we look at that end of the malaise area, late 70s, say 79, 80, 81.
Sure.
And actually it's not the end of the malaise era. Back to what I just said. You were talking about the end. I'm talking about like the heart of the malaise era. These Japanese manufacturers, whether it be Suzuki, which are some of the smaller ones, Suzuki, Isuzu, Mitsubishi, although they weren't a smaller player at the time, that they were a lot like Kia and Hyundai in 2011, 2012.
Okay.
Where earlier to that, if we're talking the mid 70s, was like they were mainstream, but like I think the average American consumer was still like a Japanese car, like turn their nose up at them, and then those products were just better and cheaper. And I think that's kind of like when you're talking about 1988, that would be like Hyundai and Kia today, where there's segment leaders in a lot of spots.
Right.
They're creating things. We're talking late 80s. You know, the Japanese players had Infiniti and Lexus and Acura, and now you've got stuff like Genesis and some of this other stuff. So I don't know. Like, it's really interesting to look back at that time, because if you think back to the mid 2000s, a Korean car was like, you've got a Kia Pasha. Like, it was like not. People knew the name, but they didn't associate it positively.
Yeah,
and I think if
yet.
we're talking about then, right, a Suzuki Cultus or Swift rebadged as a Chevy, and people knew what it was, they wouldn't look at that positively. They would look at that as like, oh, you got the shitbox import Chevy.
That's it.
I'm a bow tie wearing, whatever, American idiot. But retroactively, I think it was the better product than a lot of its peers, even if it didn't in period look or pass the sniff test or the look test.
Sure, yeah, it was definitely built to a very shoestring budget. Do you think back then, when imports were not good, they didn't have hot import nights? They had like lukewarm import afternoons.
Oh yeah,
you'd limp in your carbureted 70 horsepower if you're lucky automobile and rev the engine to the 5,000 RPM red line.
I've got the hot hatch 70 horsepower Sprint Turbo over here.
This is true, man. That thing's scary.
I did take it to Cars and Coffee this weekend briefly. It was really small. I didn't stick around long. I was there maybe 20 minutes, got a cup of coffee and bailed. But every time I take that stupid car out, I really, really enjoy it.
Oh yeah,
and that's exactly it. That was the Sprint, the Swift, the Cultus.
Okay, I think we should hit the Samurai, because out of the two, I think definitely now the Samurai is an icon. It's an off-road, like a mini off-road icon, and they shot up in price. It's been a while.
It's been spendy for a minute now.
Yeah, since they were cheap trucks. They used to be like nothing, right? They took to rust like anything. Underpowered, definitely.
Sure.
A lot of people
1.3.
swap in the Sidekick 1.6. You can get either the 8-valve or 16-valve motor in there, and it's a huge power gain, right? But I love, God, they look good. I think those, tin top Samurais just look so cool, freaking good, dude.
And they're so little, which, again, when they were cheap was used as like a pejorative of like, it's little, it's this little shit box, and it's gonna tip over and this and that.
Oh boy,
but that's why you like it. Unless you're Consumer Reports in era, in which case you.
Yeah, there were some payouts. There were some payouts there, man. But no, the Samurai was cool because, first off, it was like super robust in an off-road scenario, like going down four-wheeler trails and shit. They were just perfect for that. On top of that, the boxy design, I think, is what helps it be super iconic today. I think a clean Samurai really does demand a premium, even more so than its follow-up, the Tracker and Sidekick. But I always wanted a Samurai, but then, like, to me, like, if I'm just going to do the engine swap anyway, I just get the Sidekick or Tracker and call it close enough.
I mean, I think part of the charm of the Samurai is the tiny little 1.3. Like, I think that's part of the experience. And like, in my mind, they're all teal with white steel wheels, like the whatever it is, 8-spoke steel wheel. I don't know the spoke count, but and half of them you would always see with like a tow bar on the front because they were pull behinds on RVs. And that's kind of how I want it. If I was going to do anything, it'd be like, okay, give it like 2 inches of lift.
Sure.
And some like skinny, chunky, like safari style tires.
Hell yeah.
And then just because that's what I want. I want the tiny thing that goes down the tiny trails. The biggest problem is that they've become prohibitively expensive for what they are.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because it's what, like, I would say it's inarguably the most recognized Suzuki product.
Oh, yeah. I'd agree. They get the tin worm real bad, so the numbers are getting lower, which is only hurting the value in our case of buying one someday. Finding one of those that's sitting in a field, usually they're just completely rotted out, which is unfortunate, especially if it's in tall, wet grass. It's like game over.
Yeah, I mean, the counterpoint there is that, like, the good news is that they get saved when they have some value to them.
True.
Just I might cut you and I out of the equation because we refuse to spend money on anything nice. But
is that like
that does mean that more of them get saved.
That's our automotive martyrdom. We don't allow ourselves to have good things or spend on ourselves. We just deal with all the other waste of other cars.
Yeah, are we like automotive gooners?
I think we are. I think
we just never finish. We just are always shitbox gooners. Maybe should that be finally our what we can call like our audience, like our Patreon members or whatever? The shitbox gooners. Hey, what's up, shitbox gooners?
Smash that like button.
Yeah, exactly, but not too hard. Dude. Yeah.
I like it. I'm into it.
All right, it's in the running.
Okay, let's move along. Let's push this down. So, not too long after that, the next Suzuki was available in the U.S. Wore a little badge that said Sidekick in 1989, and that is our beloved Sidekick, and a little bit later, Geo Tracker. Yeah. Love these trucks, dude. They really take the formula of the Samurai. They increase the size by 15%. They're not that big.
Yeah, they're still tiny.
Way better engine selection. Sure. God, they're cool though.
Like a hint of amenities.
Yeah, and no, depending on I look at my 8-valve 5-speed rear-wheel drive model and say, "What amenities?"
But it like almost has a dashboard, and
it does have it. Yeah, you're right.
It's got carpet
in places. But I do love these trucks. I've always thought these were cool, especially the early one. I like the boxy ones with the big gap under the hood, the big over exaggerated fender flares, kind of like a Daihatsu Rocky in that sense. That same kind of design school. Right? Like big and boxy, but little and diminutive in nature. I love these things, dude. And talk about still a good deal, I'd say.
I think
but
so.
They've gone up a bit. They've gone up a fair amount.
But like, still, I mean, and again, back to the, shitbox gooners, but like, for us, it becomes difficult when it's like, oh, well, they used to be free, and now they're free plus a few dollars.
Sure. But this is a vehicle that
largely they're still free.
Yeah, they were legit free for the longest time. Like you go back to like 2005, 2006, you could get a early 90s Sidekick tracker for like $1,000 and it would be good looking and a good driver.
Even just pre-COVID, 18, 19, you can get a very nice one for like $3,000.
Yeah, which is wild. Now you're like 5 to 6 for a sorted
now it's
one,
double.
I think. Yeah. Still, hell of a, and there's so the experience,
just how
right?
iconic looking they are too.
They'll never something like that will never be made again. B, the experience is unlike anything you've ever had. Whether even if you get the little beach cruising rear wheel drive manual soft top version,
so great,
or you get the hard top 4x4, lift it a little bit, put knobby tires on it, and have another awesome experience. You can't go wrong with these things, and you can't get that. You really can't get that experience anywhere else, especially at that price point.
Yeah, and it's weird because if you wouldn't think it, but they really do feel substantially different than just like a Jeep.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
Just a Wrangler, a TJ, or a YJ, which was the YJ in period.
I'd say they feel
like narrower,
800 pounds and different. For
Is it
sure.
That much?
I think it's pretty close. Dude,
know.
I think so.
Maybe
I have
a two-wheel drive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think mine, especially being a 2-wheel drive, 5-speed manual version, I think that's as light as you're going to get. I do have AC, so maybe I'm carrying around an extra 12 pounds.
Right.
But yeah, compared to like the period Jeep, I would guarantee it's 750 to 800 something pounds curb weight less.
Yeah. I'm gonna look it up right now because it makes for incredible listening.
But no, I've honestly, this vehicle right now, I've been dailying mine for 2.5 weeks now. It's so fun. I got it a little squirrely in the rain today on purpose. I overpowered the rear wheels, which does not take, I think it has 185s or 175 all seasons on it. And they got the back end to kick out a little bit. It was a good moment, dude. Good time.
Okay. So,
let's hear it.
I'm just looking, I'm using 1990 as a whatever. A 2-door 4-wheel drive. We're looking at 2238 as the curb weight.
Miata.
1990 Jeep.
And it reminds you
Wrangler.
every time you shut the doors, let me tell you.
Jeep Wrangler for a 4-cylinder base, we're looking at 2855. So roughly
That's a 2-wheel drive, right?
No, 4.
Okay.
But a 4-cylinder.
Ah.
So the lightest YJ, you couldn't get a YJ in 2-wheel drive, I don't think. I think every Wrangler was 4x.
But you could get the 4-liter inline.
Yes, which adds roughly 100 pounds. Not quite 100 pounds for in 90 it was still the 4.2.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and then fully juiced out it was 32. So a base YJ was roughly 600 pounds more.
That was pretty good off the top of the melon. That's noticeable when that's 25+% of your vehicles
for sure. Yeah, and that speaks to, and not all of that is like powertrain shit. In fact, most of it is just the size of the chassis. But even just like the motor, it's not more powerful.
Cost cutting and safety. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, Mopar did a lot of cost cutting in that 90 Wrangler. Mean, it was cut pretty thin too in the base models. But yeah, it's a pretty unique feeling thing. It's far more playful. And that could be a 20% weight reduction will do that,
Mm-hmm.
But no, they're cool. Anyone who's on the fence can't encourage you enough to just pull the trigger, because it's even money in and like money in, money out. Maintenance isn't too bad.
Maintenance is great, yeah, and aftermarket's decent. Parts are still completely available. So, yeah, dude, I'd say, because I chased the idea of owning one of these for probably like 10+ years before I pulled the trigger, and I'm having the time of my life, dude, with this one. And it was a lot of work to get it where it was. I'll say that, right? But dude, it's so fun.
I still want your neighbors right down the street.
I know they got a 4x4 one, like manual. It looks
too
good. Yeah, theirs is clean too. The graphics package, they don't have it, so I'm not interested. I'm all about that graphics package. So
what else we got?
Beyond the Sidekick Geo Tracker, we do have in 95 is our next entry. So a little gap there, actually.
Sure.
An even smaller off-roader from Suzuki, the X90.
Oh, the X90. Yeah.
It's kind of a lot of the same. I think it is actually built on the same chassis, to tell you the truth, if I remember the framework and everything. But it is, what an endearing little craft that is.
I mean, it's a Hellcat engine away from being the least practical thing ever built. Like it's so good, dude. It at least gets decent gas mileage and is reasonably reliable. It's got that going for it, but a 2-seat with a trunk.
Yep.
And a T-top. Were they all T-top? Or was that an option? I don't remember.
Knowing the numbers, I think the production numbers were super small. It was only like 2 or 3 years they sold them. I bet they were all T-tops, right? They couldn't give up. They couldn't give up the structural rigidity to take the whole top off.
Yeah. No, it's what a very silly thing. They're all that like purplish blue color in my mind.
To me, they're pink, that magenta.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Sun-beaten.
There's some red.
Salmon magenta.
Black.
Red, of course.
Red Bull, silver and blue. But yeah, I mean, that's talk about a car that will never be built again. Like that is just beyond the pale. Never be considered to be built again.
Yeah, I really wish they would have come out earlier with that design, because it was definitely a product of the 90s. Everything's rounded. There isn't a flat surface on the entire exterior design. But and that was kind of the thing, right? Especially 95, right? Everything was rounded. We got out of the boxiness. And I think if they built one that was more akin to like a Samurai or an early Sidekick, like a first-gen Sidekick, I think that could have looked super gnarly as a two-door, 2-seater setup.
Yeah, it's I just had to look it up real quick. Over the production run, about 7,200 were sold here in North America. And
3 years, right?
Yeah, 96, 97, 98. And they only sold like 1,348 in Japan.
God,
and that was it. Like that was almost all of them were sold here in North America, and there were not.
It's a pretty rare
not
truck.
That many. Yeah, pretty rare rig. Yeah, I would eat a live mouse, I think. to have
get
a
a
really
clean
nice one. Yeah.
They're always beaten to shit, though.
Oh yeah, they're always absolutely
every
ruined.
time. And it's, low production number. Those things probably people thought they were so weird looking because I mean the Sidekick and Tracker are weird to an extent, but they're good looking. The X90 is kind of just it's goofy. It's just fun.
It's
goofy.
like capital maximum goofy. Yeah.
I do want one too, and I'll take a kind of rough one to bring back, but. And then the other thing is, it's like the Via Cross tax for whatever reason. Those X90s, when you do see a decent one, God, they're a little pricey.
By the way, I just looked it up. I thought I was like, I wonder what like an exotic that might have like a similar production number be. So I just searched up like, how many Ferrari like 360 Ferraris did they make? Like 18,000. So like
common,
they made roughly 10,000 more 360s than this X90. And I promise you there are a higher percentage of 360s left in good shape.
100%
than X90, probably by 100%. Like I bet you if let's say 70% of the 360s are left on the road or close to being on the road, there's probably 20% of the X90 production left.
That is wild. Yeah, we got to own one of those. I think it's a given at this point that we deserve. Okay, we've
earned it.
We're in 95. We're going to 2010. We need to step up our pace here, man. So, Grand Vitara comes out. I'm sorry, we skipped one. This is kind of bleh. 96. The Esteem came out.
Maybe I would argue the worst of
the early
products.
It gets worse.
Verona aside.
Okay, don't spoiler alert. But the Suzuki Esteem Better Call Saul had a yellow one. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, so cool.
High Esteem.
After that, Grand Vitara from 1998 was the first year of the Grand Vitara. I actually think they're pretty cool.
Yeah, the styling is not nearly as interesting or cool as the earlier cars.
Yeah, a little bit of the elements in there, a little boxiness with those early 90 or the 98 ones, 99. Low range gearbox is cool. I'm into it. I'm into it, dude.
Yeah, I had that one for not very long, the silver one that I had.
Yeah, you're like the first 48. Yeah, first 48 episode that you own that thing.
Yeah, beep, beep, beep. No, that's 24. Damn it.
God damn it, dude.
I never watched first 48.
The crime happens at the beginning.
And I know, and
48 hours and that was your ownership experience.
Exactly. And if I don't unload it within 48 hours, then some sort of crime will never be solved. That's how that works. But yeah, that that one had the 2.5 V6 auto 4x, and I believe all the Grand or Gland Vitaras were 4 doors.
That's
and
what made them grand. Yeah.
The standard glandectomy version is the 2 doors,
which is the Chevy Tracker at that time period.
But they also had the Chevy Tracker in the 4 doors as well.
That's right. Yep. But when they switched it to Vitara from Sidekick was when they had the Chevy Tracker instead of the. Because Gio wasn't with us anymore, unfortunately.
No, rest in pieces.
2002 saw Suzuki release the Aereo. Next.
Good little car, dare I say.
The wagon, the SX wagon. Yeah. I wrote it. SX wagon, yellow, manual. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was there, correct me if I'm wrong, was there like its own like Aereo Cup or something on Gran Turismo 4?
Oh, was there?
I know there was like the Vitz.
Yeah, the Toyota Vitz, which is the Yaris.
But I want to say there was an Aereo only.
God, I do not remember that. I think the Aereo
maybe you
might
just
have
had
been
to have
game.
a 4-wheel drive hatchback, and you ended up with the Aereo.
So I don't think we did not have 4-wheel drive in the Aereo here in the States. Not until
I thought you could get it.
Not
the SX4.
It'll be coming. That's a later offering. Not in the wagon. You couldn't get an all-wheel drive wagon. That would be epic. That would. Yeah. If you could find me a yellow all-wheel drive Aereo wagon.
Yes. Right. And it's a hatch. Let's be real.
Yeah. It's cool. Digital gauge cluster. Who needs an S2000? Anyway, next 2004 Forenza. And I'm going to skip that one because you can get a 2004 Verona. They both suck. One's a midsize, one's a compact, and they suck, Frank. Neither one of those cars is worth a shit. Sorry.
I can't remember the last time I've seen one.
That's
certainly a Verona. I mean, the Verona was utterly just non-competitive. Like,
no,
I don't. Yeah,
it was the vanilla cardboard flavor of Suzuki's of the time. You could sing My Verona in it. I guess you could add a little flavor. But anyway, we'll skip those guys. That's not fun. 05 Reno, the Suzuki Reno, which was their attempt at making a hot hatch in the tuner age. I'll tell you a story. I went to a Best Buy in 2005.
In Reno?
No, but they had a Reno, like a mini showroom going on, and they had like all the Best Buy audio equipment stuff you could do. And at the time, Best Buy was doing like car modifications. So I had like aftermarket wheels on it, and I was like, and even in my 2005 mind, I was like, this is too much, guys. It was pretty bland. I don't think the reception was too hot of it.
Now that's a car I haven't seen in a long
time. Reno, yeah. I'm curious how long they carried that nameplate for, because I don't remember them lasting too long. If this is the theme with Suzuki, guys.
Right. It was a lot of like throwing pot noodles at the wall and seeing what sticks. 4 years, 05 to 08.
Oh, so it had some legs. But anyway. Reno.
Yeah.
The next one is, I would put this in the, actually, I'm actively would buy one if I find a nice one. The SX4 in 2007, which is its own model and on the fly push button all-wheel drive, which I think is super cool. And you can get a 6-speed manual. It's kind of like a slightly lifted hot hatch. Maybe not hot.
Yeah.
Slightly lifted
hatch.
Mediocre hatch. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I think they're cool. I think they look neat.
Yeah, no, I'll give it that. It's an interesting thing because it's just like,
it's a cool soft rotor.
I wish it makes like these products, the Reno, that it makes me wish they were launched stateside in 86, 87, 88, 89. Like,
sure,
in that era, because I promise, like Suzuki in Japan certainly had cars in these segments. We just never got them.
Even Europe, the Swift carried on, right? Like you can still get a modern Swift.
Like I wish we got some of the Suzuki, because there was some cool stuff. I mean, there was the God, I can't remember. Like, because we even Isuzu, like we got some of the Isuzu stuff and the Stylus, and some of that stuff was fun, and the Impulse. And I wish we got the Suzuki offerings. We just never did, which is a shame, because I think by the time we did get them, it was stuff like this, the Verona and the Reno.
I will say the
SX4 is better.
It's an interesting path. Like as a
God,
daily,
how cool would that like ethos have been in like 1993 when like Japan was really hitting on all cylinders.
07, let me tell you.
Right. Right into the teeth of the financial crisis.
These things are incredible deals. If you could score a 6-speed manual SX4 for like $3,000 to $4,000, that's got cool, interesting daily, practical daily all over it. Fuel economy was good. The selectable all-wheel drive in case there's weather where you live. It's a hatch. I kind of feel for it, dude. I think I could use that as a cheap daily and get away with it. Yeah.
No, you're right. I think it's
versus a Verona. The SX4 brings a lot more to the table.
The Verona's and I said it before, the Esteem might be the worst. Yeah, I think the Verona is.
Verona's
and not to call forward, but when we get to what might be the next car, or maybe the car after.
Ooh, I kind of like the next one though.
Okay, so maybe this is one. This is where I think they fix some of the wrongs of the Verona, if it's what I'm thinking of. Go ahead.
Nope.
What do you got?
Yours is later down the list. This
okay, that's what I thought. I thought there was one between, unless you're going to go XL7.
Yes, we are. We're staying in 2007, the same year that the SX4 was out. The XL7, which is Suzuki's 3-row SUV. Yeah, with selectable. I think that some of those had low range selectable gearbox, if I remember correctly. And there's proper 3 rows.
Body on frame.
The best 3-row SUV, or the cheapest 3-row SUV you can probably buy. Like now, you can get one for like $3. Just look.
So I was looking at these for our budget Overlander.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because it's basically the Grand Vitara.
It is.
You had the Vitara, the 2-door. Then you had the Grand Vitara, the 4-door. And then you got the Grand Vitara, which they call the XL7 for extra long 7-inch, which I think is like pretty close.
That's extra
average.
long in
It's
Japan.
definitely above average. Well, God damn it. It's also actually, first off, son of a bitch. Secondly, I'm pretty sure statistically that's extra long in America, my friend.
Yeah, now we're upset.
It's on the backside of the bell end curve.
I don't want to hear where the back end of your bell end is.
No, I'm right at the tip of the bell end curve. Let me tell you, I'm Mr. Average. The XL7 is, yes, I guess statistically slightly longer than average. Also, body on frame.
Yep.
Low range, full clunkety, clickety, clackety transfer case. Although, actually, I think some of them later were push button.
They switched them over. Yep.
They switched, yeah. And you got the 2.7 V6, which is just like the 2.5 from the Grand Vitara with just like
punched it out,
horsepower.
Bro. Yeah.
And like 20-pound extra feet of torque or something to that effect. But they're free and they're reasonably capable off road, and you can get them in a manual, which they're hard to get, but they're out there.
Weird. Yeah.
So yes, a manual 3-row body on frame, like chef's kiss. Like what a potentially cool overlanding package. I found one that was absolutely sharded on and ruined, and I did find one that was 2-wheel drive manual, but I couldn't quite find the right one, which is a shame. But yeah, these are cool.
If it came down to it,
they're dumb, but they're cool.
They're kind of cool.
That's what I mean. They're cool for dumbasses like
they're not offensive looking either. I find the design to be pretty good, just like the SX4. How baller would it be if you had your SX4 for your daily commute and then the family outings? Kids, fuck the SX4. We're getting in the XL7 today, and they're like, woo.
Here's the thing. I bet you even like in period, the marketing manager or the CEO of Suzuki North America, the president of Suzuki North, wouldn't even consider that. Like there's nobody would have done that. Like, maybe like the regional manager of like the West Coast dealer distribution network or something who only made like $180,000 a year and like got them like heavy discount as like a lemon law buyback or some shit, like would do that. Like very frugally.
You could have that driveway today for $6,000. Let me just reiterate that point.
Still though, hard to do.
Hard to do. Yeah, it's
hard to find these things
for sure. Next up is a fun one that I had totally and like definitely between us, we have a fucking unhealthy amount of obscure car knowledge, models and years and features and trim levels. This one totally escaped my mind until I started doing research for this episode.
It's not a badge engineering job, is it?
It is a badge engineering job.
The
when's the last time you saw an Equator?
Oh, you know what? I feel like I've seen one within the last 6 months.
I saw one maybe in the last 5 years.
Hell.
I saw one. Yeah,
it's a Nissan Frontier. Just kidding.
It's a Frontier. They just don't exist.
Talk about a lazy badge engineering job.
Though. Zero effort.
It's like taillights and a grill.
This is Passport Rodeo levels of badge engineering back then. Yeah.
It makes the SLX look like a huge ton of work.
A lot of effort. Yeah. Dude, I wouldn't kick an Equator out of bed.
How sick would that have been? Like the overlanding play.
So that's a smart move. Because did they get the VQ40 like every other fucking?
Yeah. Or I think the I don't remember their 4-cylinder. There was a 4-cylinder as well. I don't think it was the QR25.
Wait, you could get a Frontier 4-cylinder. 09 would have been the second gen of the Frontier. I don't know if that's true. Really?
In the 2-wheel, not in 4x. 2-wheel drive, you could.
Wasn't it the Ultima? Like the two...
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Yeah.
I think it was somewhat different. That's the QR. I think that's the QR25. I think.
I think it is a version of the Ultima engine because that's all the VQ40 is just a punched out 350Z motor.
Yeah. No, it is. It's but I think I want to say they did something to like truck up the 2.5, like the Sentra SER.
You know what I've never seen? So I did see the 2-wheel drive when I saw it. Can you get a 4x4 Equator with the VQ40?
Yes.
Dude,
absolutely.
that's probably the cheapest way to get that. If you do find one,
it is a QR25D. Yeah.
Okay.
So it is the same. It is that same 2.5
Ultima. Right?
Although they're saying it's 152 horsepower in the Equator, so I don't know.
Down a little bit. Down a little bit. 160 in the Ultima.
Yeah, and then 171 pound-feet of torque. So maybe they do truckify it a little bit.
Yeah. Big Ultima energy in a Suzuki Equator. My other car is an Ultima bumper sticker, needs to be put on that truck immediately.
Yeah, and of course, because it's referencing an Ultima, yours has a dent in it. So.
Yeah, it could be I identify as an Ultima and have the bumper hanging off.
Yeah, just
come on.
Just upsetting everybody. Mostly yourself. You just cry yourself to sleep every night.
Yeah, right?
Where have I gone wrong?
Dude, let's get Equators. Let's have
Equator Bros. Oh man,
that's a stretch even for us.
Yeah, yeah. And imagine just having it in your driveway. You're like, yeah, my wife drives an SUV and I drive a truck, and you've got your Isuzu Equator, and your wife is driving the.
I can't believe you called it an Isuzu.
Sorry, well, I was crossing my up. A Suzuki Equator, I was going to say, and an Isuzu Ascender.
Oh yeah.
So you have like the badge engineering.
So much good shit
Japanese. Yeah, wow. Equator. Find one near you, I suppose.
I'm going to look immediately when we get off of this. But the last one, for some reason, you mentioned way too much. The Kazashi came out in 2010. This was the dying whimper of a breath. Yep, from Suzuki. It's a how did I describe this one? Another blah blah mid-size sedan. This one had some sporty touches to it to make it look a little sportier than a Verona or a Forenza. I don't even want to say the name right. I don't even care. But I think the Kazashi was kind of, and I remember the commercials were pretty wild for these things. They were really trying to push these things as some kind of sporty aspiration car. But the Kazashi, if you will.
Yes. So this is what I mentioned earlier when I was talking about the Verona, because I think while the Verona was, as I said, utterly uncompetitive, I think the only way it could have been competitive, trying to combat with Accord and Camry and even shit like Ford Fusion.
High barrier to entry in that sector, but
yeah, Chevy Malibu, which
lower,
Galant. I
think
8th
gen Galant. I saw an 8th gen Galant today with plastic hubcaps over rusted out Steelies, and I was just like,
you see the rust peeking through the gaps.
Yeah,
in the
so
wheel cover.
bad, dude. The only one I would ever consider is the Rally Art version of that car.
Not a GTZ.
Oh, that was 7th gen. That was 7th. Okay. 8th is the fucking no redemption. But they did sell a Rally Art version and it came with I think the 4th gen Eclipse motor.
The 3.8.
Get after me. Yeah, get after me. Yeah, it did have the 3. Yeah. Get after me, modern-ish Mitsubishi fans. I don't know. And then be ashamed.
Yes. It's okay. We're only 2 years away from having a Rally Art Galant Cross 3-row SUV coming our way, I'm sure.
With an Evo badge on it.
What I was trying to say is Verona was out of all of those cars, I would say it's maybe the most conservative styled.
Oh, 100%.
Which absolutely death nailed that car. Because the only way it could have had even a puncher's chance is if they said, hey, we're the crazy styled one.
Right.
And that's what the Kazashi was. Because looking at it now, it looks pretty damn mild.
Yeah, it's pretty
But I remember
sedate.
at the time being like, whoa, what is that? That looks sporty and cool and different and young and hip. Hello, fellow kids of a mid-sized crossover. And it garnered some attention. And now it wasn't a terribly compelling product beyond that, but it was a more successful product, certainly, than the Verona.
So
I think
2010, some ruffian in a Kazashi speeds down a busy center of town street. Frank's emo hair sloshes to the side as he turns his body and goes, was that a Kazashi?
Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. I
Jesus Christ, it's Suzuki Kazashi.
Yeah, exactly.
Jason Bourne thing.
Exactly.
Said no one ever.
I think it's a part of the deal. The problem is they learned their lesson Suzuki, I think, and here's the thing: I think Suzuki in the 2000, the last 15 years of their products in North America, was very much Honda today, but with none of the brand cachet.
Right. Okay.
And what I mean by that is Honda right now is living off of the Civic, the Accord, and the CRV.
Resting on their laurels, as some would say.
And those are decent products, but those are the only ones that are selling.
Have you seen the little badge on the Accord?
Yeah, exactly. Talk about the other end of the bell end curve. But like, and so their other products are around, and people talk about Honda because of their extremely successful past, which was, I would say, is more successful than their present for Honda.
For sure.
But they do stuff like the HRV and the entire Acura lineup, and the Ridge line, which I think is a somewhat compelling product, but it's not terribly viable in the marketplace.
Yeah,
and the Prelude and the CRZ and some of these other stuff that the
new Passport's pretty attractive though.
It's fine. It's a butched up Passport with like 4 inches cut off the wheelbase. Like,
go to the last generation Passport and compare it to this one. It's a huge divergence in style.
But I guess what I'm saying is, anytime they try, and Honda today tries to do something, they kind of like dip their toes in the pool and they don't really take chances.
They don't commit.
And when they did, and they learn some stuff a little too late. And that's kind of where I see Suzuki 20 years ago.
Okay.
Where they should, with the Verona, they should have said, "Hey, we're like the 11th place choice here in the mid side. Let's not try and let's not limp in with something and try and maintain 11th place. Let's take a shot stylistically, because we can't do it technologically. So we'll take our shot stylistically and see if we can jump a few places, because we're the fun one, we're the standout one. Hyundai's doing it right now with the Santa Fe SUV with the dog bone looking taillights and whatever.
Right. Yeah.
They didn't do that, and then they did do it too late with the Kazashi.
Sure.
Problem was they launched that directly into the teeth of the failing economy, and now we don't have Suzuki anymore.
Right. You know what didn't limp in? The XL7. It was hard as fuck, bro.
Yes.
But go back. I think you nailed it. They were always, Suzuki's, even brand new, were always positioned very low on the financial spectrum, right? To get into a Suzuki was always cheaper than its other Japanese counterparts. Definitely anything from Honda, Toyota, or even at that time Mitsubishi, right? They were still selling better stuff. Maybe not better, but more. But you go back to the early 2000s. I think that Aereo is cute, fun. The style's weird. Digital gauges. No reason did that thing need digital gauges, but it's there.
I feel I used to see Aereos with some regularity.
They did sell a lot.
I feel they sold a bunch of them.
The sedans are fucking ugly, bro. But the that wagon,
those hatches are cool. Yeah, it's not a wagon; it's a hatch.
It says SX and it says SX wagon online. Frank,
I know, but it's.
I don't care. It's a WX is a hatchback too, but I call it a wagon. We're gonna roll with it, bro. We're gonna roll with it. I think they're cool. I think they had a lot of interesting things going on, and I think that helped them stand out in the market, especially when you were looking for a at that time 7-year-old, Honda Civic would be the same price point, and you could get a brand new Aereo that's kind of fun and interesting. Get a manual, digital gauge cluster. It's cool, like a digital gauge cluster. 15 years after digital gauge clusters were gone, it's kind of cool.
I tell you what though, so they sold 55,669 nice Aereos in the United States over what is this, a 5-year run?
That's
4-year run.
Healthy number.
Right. And most of them are 03. They sold almost 20,000 units, which doesn't sound like a lot, and it's not a lot, but compared to everything else that company did. I don't know how many Veronas they sold.
Hopefully not many.
It's, I don't know. I just, and I don't want to beat the dead horse to completion, but the Mr. Hands.
It's gonna be more than an XL7. Let me tell you.
yeah, 7 hands.
Oh, hey.
The like, and I've talked about this a bunch. We talked about it with the Honda Prelude. We talked about it when we've tried to like revamp some dead and dying brands, which we've done before, Mitsubishi and Alpha and on and on and on, Buick. We're like, if you're the smaller player, Nissan, if you're the smaller player, you have to take bigger swings. It's the it's the only way. And if that means if he dies, he dies. But doing nothing or like taking the Suzuki Verona approach is the surefire way to just die anyways.
Dude, that is some deep car like verbiage. If you're taking the Verona approach on me right now, bro. And like if someone knows what you're fucking referring to, then
I just imagine like being a wingman in a club, right? You'd be like, don't Verona, don't you dare Verona this. You go up to her right now.
We're fucking
here. I'm buying a Cosmo, and you're gonna take it to her right now,
bro,
or him. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
you're gonna go to somebody in this club, and you're gonna just ruin the backseat of my car because I'm the DD, and just but like you can't just Verona over there. Here's a not drugged drink to take to this person.
Well, that's not what Suzuki would do. They would drug the shit out of there. But you gotta you gotta lock in. We're fucking Kazashis. You know we are. We're not Veronas.
Yeah. What are
We're
you?
Definitely not a fucking Forenza.
Chest bumping in the men's room and like feeding quarters into the condom machine.
Catching them in your mouth. All right, that's good. So that's all I have for All Hail Suzuki. So like takeaway.
Why are there bite marks in this condom? Shut the fuck up.
Still a fucking interesting car.
Because I'm a Kazashi.
Right, yeah, Kazashi, bitch. You wouldn't understand. So Suzuki, some models there I definitely need to own before I'm out of this mortal existence.
Right.
There's some cool cars there. I think the takeaway here is they're fucking cool. They're all dirt cheap. Nothing on this list except for a Samurai.
Samurai is easily the most valuable by like 200% of
and
the
then
next closest.
Maybe
probably Sidekick.
And then nope. Everything else is, Family Dollar, bro.
Regular Vitara, like soft top Vitara, maybe, or SX90. If you've got a perfect SX90.
Oh, fair. Yeah, good call. Let's do a Suzuki challenge sometime where you can't pick one of the like obvious ones, like a Sidekick or Samurai, and see what we show up with. But we'll do like a concourse
dual wielding areas.
Regardless of how shitty the model is, let's see who can get the most pristine example. And we'll do like a concourse challenge. Ooh, that'd be fun.
It has to be USDM, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Can't show up in like some like 79 K car, like a
no. It's got to be the sweetest fucking Forenza anyone's ever.
Yeah. Oh, Equator Bros. Let's go.
I love it. All right, should we play our little game?
Yes, I'd like to play a game.
I'll get something going for you, buddy.
Alrighty. So,
that's a good.
What is this game, you ask? Thank you for asking. This is our print ad quiz game. Poorly named, but slightly better than poorly thought out. The way this works is Chadwick here in today's episode has found a print advertisement from some sort of publication from the 80s, 90s to the mid 2000s. And he's found an advertisement from that, and he's going to read this advertisement. It's for a car. I get 3 guesses in 10 minutes to try and guess what this car is after he reads the type copy from this advertisement. He's going to redact out anything super overly identifying. Maybe. And then I get to just, maybe. That's the design anyways. And then I have to try and figure out what the make, model, and approximate year of this vehicle is. Please play along at home. It's good fun. I'm probably going to screw this up, and you're probably going to be yelling at your listening device or watching device. And that's okay. So revel in my pain. Play along, and let's have fun. Chadwick, what you got?
Oh, do I have something for you, my friend? This is interesting because this is a period. This manufacturer, the ad I'm about to read, was a theme they used for many of their models. So this is kind of neat. Single page. It shows a moose.
A Volvo 740 final answer.
Right. So there is a moose in the very first letter, like an over-exaggerated letter. There is a rearview mirror with a 50-year-old man looking into. And then it has the vehicle, totally Dutch angle, 3/4 driver's side, going up an incline, pulling a trailer. So that's where we're at, buddy. I'm going to try to read this.
Close. The moose out front should have told you.
The fucking quality of this printout is horrible. So bear with me. I'll switch to glasses halfway through.
Too close to missiles, switching to guns.
Switching to guns. Driving Rains, Jackknife Trucks. Did we just do a jackknife one the other day? You read a printout that had
No, we were talking about. So those who are in the know and have been paying into the Patreon have found out a little tidbit about the Overlander.
That's where it is. Sorry, dude. That's
my Overlander.
Too many ratings.
That involves both a jackknife accident on Christmas Eve, and apparently maybe several tens, if not maybe 100,000 miles of rolled back odometer. Well, jump on the Patreon to find out. We'll talk about it another day. So you don't have to pay to play. But I found that out like just as we recorded our boner episode. So
that's what it is.
Anyways, Back to Driving Rains.
So you can relate to this one. Jackknife Trucks, way too many moose. Last year, Tom Marsh, look it up, real person.
Oh, related to Randy Marsh?
Bought a, I need no bill. Bought a blank 4-door blank in Chicago. You can also look that up.
Bad idea.
Loaded up his earthly possessions. He left his souls and other miscellaneous items not classified as earthly possessions, and left for Alaska in a convoy with a few friends. When they got to the mountainous Alcan Highway, Tom's friends decided, here's where the font gets to size 4. Tom's friends decided he should lead. They envisioned having to wait for me to catch up on every hill. Easy enough.
This isn't the first person?
Yeah, he switched. Tom's in the driver's seat right now.
Okay, I didn't know the ad was written from the first person perspective.
Now it is. It just switched.
Oh wow. Okay.
But it doesn't have any kind of like any kind of connecting sentence there. You just kind of fall into it. They envisioned having to wait for me to catch up on every hill. Easy enough to envision. Tom was towing a 1,500-pound trailer.
Wow.
Well, surprise, surprise. This is Tom again. I should have developed a Tom voice. Well, surprise, surprise. I could pull all but the steepest hills in third gear.
Oh, is this a Chicago accent of yours?
Yeah, was that? I don't know. Deep dish pizza.
Let me be clear.
White Sox.
Yeah.
This
you gotta sound like the Pope.
The blank has a powerful. He really deserves an asterisk probably, but he's towing a 1,500-pound trailer in this case. 16-valve engine. We ran into rotten weather, horrible accidents, and moose. I don't know if that's because moose isn't pluralized, so we can't. Well, you don't pluralize moose, so who knows? Could have been one.
It's not meese.
No.
Decidedly
not. And then it goes moose ? Standing in the middle of the road. Usually, as we came around a sharp curve. Fortunately, the blank also has a rear wheel anti-kick brake system.
Ooh.
You ready?
Wow.
Now you're getting some tech terms.
Anti-kick.
I cannot tell you how dependable the blank is. He wrote blank. It was so weird. I'll own one as long as I need a rugged vehicle.
For some reason, you talking in that voice, and using inserting the term blank, it makes me like it instead of thinking of like the name of a car, it makes me think of like some undetermined slur.
Yeah, it is.
Boy, ever since I've owned a blank, and it's like, oh man, I don't like this Tom guy. Seems like a real asshole.
Yeah. I can always be guaranteed this font. It's not my learning difficulties. It's like the worst font. I could always be guaranteed of getting there and enjoying the trip. Come rain, snow, sleet, or moose. Frank, what are we talking about today? That's all you get. You got 16 valve. You got pulling a 1,500-pound trailer and third gear. So it's hinting at maybe having a manual. And Tom's from Chicago. You have a lot of information to unpack here, my friend. Stop acting.
I have a whole bunch of moves.
What am I driving, Frank?
I have Tom, who I am assuming is an absolute bigoted monster.
He was drunk the entire trip.
Well, you know what? if he's bigotedly drunk from Chicago going to Alaska, I'm assuming to harass minorities.
There was never a moose on this trip, by the way.
Yeah, moose is just some like obscure slur that I don't. It's so advanced. I don't even know like what ethnic group it's referring to.
It was his sleep paralysis demon he was experiencing while
exactly
driving.
Hat Man is here.
Slender Man. What do you got, Frank?
Like, okay, roughly 1,500-pound tow capacity. I believe you said 4 doors.
Mm-hmm. 4 doors.
16 valve. Which it's either they're trying to say it's a reasonably advanced 4-cylinder or a comically regular ass V8. Third gear makes me think like that it could be an automatic.
Maybe.
But maybe a 4-speed automatic. Because if you had like if you're in 5-speed land, and you're like, I climbed that hill in 3rd gear. Ha 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 ha. Like that feels kind of idiotic to me. Like I downshifted twice. I have so much power. Like, I don't know. But again, if it is a 4-cylinder, which them shouting out the valves, I have to assume this is a 16-valve 4-cylinder.
1,500-pound trailer is pretty good though.
Yeah, but like, not really. Honestly.
They didn't have to wait on the hills.
my fucking Sienna had a 3,500-pound tow capacity.
Didn't you have a V6 though? I don't want to hear about your extra cylinder count.
It did. Okay.
What do you got, Frank?
Brass tacks. Oh, it's so dependable. I have anti-kick. So rear circuit ABS. Like, this makes me think we are...
Ooh, we got some time period.
Early 90s, late 80s. Because you started seeing this mostly on trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Where, because you had an empty bed, no weight over the rear wheels, and especially rear drive, like, you can... Having ABS on... A rear circuit only ABS was actually, like, had some value.
Yep.
But this thing's got 4 doors, and I don't think this is like a cowboy Cadillac with a 4-cylinder in it. So, oh boy. I think I'm going to start us out like thematically here to where I can see a world where this is a, God, what year did they introduce the 16-valve G16? If we're going to say Suzuki. Because that was a worthwhile upgrade. It's like, oh, you have the 8-valve, now you have the 16-valve. You got like the whole 10 extra horsepower.
So. As an 8-valve truther, I'm going to go ahead and disclaim that statement.
He's trying to throw me off the scent.
So I actually read, true story, on the off-road portion. They said the 8-valves made their torque, pause the clock. The 8-valves make their torque down low, a little lower, so it's better for off-roading. But anyway, continue.
Sounds like excuse making to me.
TBI for life.
Yeah, big TBI energy. And he's gone. God, okay, Randy Marsh's cousin, Tom Marsh. I think, okay, I'm going to say this is a 1994 Suzuki Sidekick, because I could see a world where this has a 1,500 tow capacity with a 4-cylinder, available automatic, available 5-speed, 4 doors. Yeah. I'm going to say this is like a tin top 94, 95 Suzuki Sidekick. What was it? JLX, I think, was a trim level. Final answer?
Tom Marsh bought a Suzuki 4-door Sidekick 4x4 for the year 1994.
It was 94. Okay.
It was. Here you go.
Yeah. God, those are cool.
They're super. The 4 doors are kind of fun, dude, because it has
unbelievable good greenhouse.
Yeah, of course, because from that past the end of the first door, Forward is all like Suzuki Sidekick Geo Tracker, which is the style I like, the big boxiness. And then the back is kind of like an early Forester almost. It's a cool looking truck, and it adds a lot more functionality, right, with the 4 doors. And I think there's a slightly longer wheelbase, and I think slightly, considerably.
Could you get a bigger motor than the 16 valve in that generation, or was that it?
Definitely not.
Because I know
94.
later you can get a 2-liter, and then the 2.5 V6 and the Grand Vitaras. But
yeah, no, not 94. Definitely not. That was it, right?
The big block.
Yeah, that's it. That's a big block. The 16 valve unit. Good job, my man. And I did keep it thematic. We always try to do that every once in a while for fun. But that's a good ad. Jackknife trucks and moose everywhere.
I know, and just like this monstrously bad person, Tom. I wonder if this is like a real
that
guy
in your own head, man.
No, he put that there. Or actually, your voice and struggling to like squint and read the tiny, just like it slowed him down, and then it made me just
Dude, it was a combination of my voice and you knowing my questionable background. I get it, but so
That's right.
You go read
Suzuki
ads from the mid '90s. They did this to all their vehicles, so it's kind of neat, and you should definitely explore another one in the future. It takes a character, like maybe it's fictional, maybe not. It's a full name, and they talk about their experience buying a certain car. It's kind of cool that they did that, and I think that's really cool because we do print ads, and Suzuki was being original, and I like that.
All right, I'm gonna look it up. Tom Marsh, racist. What do we got? Am I racist? Now streaming on Daily Wire Plus. God damn it! We've gone down the rabbit hole.
He's on Daily. Definitely click that article.
No, I refuse to give the Daily Wire anything other than Scorn.
Let's celebrate Frank's stunning victory here in Suzuki Land, as we're still enjoying it, with some PCP. That is Project Car Progress, and we will do the drug PCP too someday. Tune in for that, and that'll be probably our last episode. Any wrenches being turned your way? I could see, in case you're not watching, and that's a shame, jump on YouTube. It's free. Frank still has a competition orange SVT Focus in his background.
You want me to lead off?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. First off, would you like a lamp? I hate this fucking lamp so much. It just came out of my house.
I don't
ended
love
up
lamp.
in here. The house bunny chewed up the power cord.
Oh,
and I was like, oh man, because I'm an idiot. We have a house bunny,
a free range house bunny.
Yeah, he just mobs the house. He's been electrocuted by chewing on wires enough that he doesn't really do it as much anymore, which is great. But this lamp was a part of the victim, and it's always I'm tripping it over it, and I want it to go away. So, let me know, dear listener. I'm not going to mail you a lamp, but if you want to come to join our 69th Patreon member will get this fucking lamp.
It's a fucking lamp.
And then you too will love lamp. Don't touch the cord plugged into the wall; it will electrocute you. So,
bonus
competition orange lamp. God damn it. The Focus. Good news and bad news. I think last time I talked about this, I was doing the rear struts.
Yes.
Or shocks, right. I should say, which I did. So those are put back together. That is done. I then decided in a more moment of seemingly great judgment, turned out to be poor judgment.
Great.
Because I gotta say, I had a couple of beverages and then decided to turn wrenches, which is not usually a bad idea.
That's how I roll.
Occasionally, though, you know, fuck it, you just like throw caution into the wind. So I did that. So first off, the good news here, good news, then frustrating news because I'm an idiot, and then good news, and then more frustrating news. And I'm trying to, I for the sake of brevity, I'll try to not ramble on for the next 18 minutes. First good news, when I was doing
not one of your strengths, Frank. Right?
This is true. if we're being honest, exactly. This is our first 3-hour episode. I found something fun rolling around in the spare tire well.
Okay.
I found a cop killer.
Oh, is that a hollow point?
I found alive. I think it's a 9mm. It's pretty scrubbed up on the rear, so I can't really read it, but I'm pretty sure.
I can't tell because the camera's distortion on the scale. Can you hold it sideways again? Yeah, it looks, I don't know. That's kind of a chunky boy. Hard to tell.
I think it's a, hold on, I don't have a fucking banana.
It's definitely not a 45. It looks like a 9.
Oh, here, how about no, that's a weird ass battery. Here's a film, because I'm an idiot. Here's a film canister for scale.
Oh, good. 35mm?
Yeah, not the round, but the film. So yeah, it's live.
I do have
it's
a 35
it's a hollow
Winchester rifle though. That's pretty interesting. Okay, go ahead.
Really? Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So yeah, it's a live round. It's a Luger is what it says. 9mm Luger. Yeah. Which I didn't know. Oh, Ruger. That would be no. It's definitely an L.
Yeah, Luger.
Okay. I just think of like weird,
that's
like
an old
German
pretty...
parabolic bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I found this. That's fun.
That's cool.
And then I decided, you know what? I'm on a roll, baby. I still have some parts that I like bought.
I played Russian roulette
install.
for the next 30 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah. 11 rounds.
Listen to Man in
the
Box by Alice in Chains for the like 20th time.
Down in a hole.
Oh yeah, that was even better.
Fears in control.
I want to fly. Okay, too good.
I can't
take a dark turn. Sorry, Suzuki.
It's all a dark term here. Dark turn. Quick side note upon side note upon side note.
Here we go.
Alice in Chains Unplugged, the best.
So
Unplugged.
so good, dude. Yeah,
it's
so I have that on vinyl,
damn it.
which is fucking legendary. Yeah, it's
sick.
So good, dude.
I need that on vinyl.
I've got Dirt on vinyl. I've got a few of their albums. Yeah,
Unplugged is like
Unplugged.
God damn it!
So
some
good,
of it is.
Dude.
And anyways, so I found a live round. That's fun. I decided, hey, I've had a couple of adult beverages. I have some parts that I bought and I was going to solve. Let me just I'm here. Let me just do the fucking spark plugs and let me just do the valve cover gasket. Valve cover gasket's leaking.
Good time to do it.
Plugs are unknown. I pull the boop 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 boop. Pull the 4 boots off. I look in there. There's oil pooling. Especially cylinder number 1.
Mostly
cylinder number 1.
On top of the spark plug?
Yeah, not enough to
like,
it's not drowning it yet.
Yeah, it's just the valve cover leaking.
It's the valve
probably.
cover. I was like, okay, and you can, there's external leaking around. Great, the valve cover.
So you pull it out and it's soaked at the bottom.
I pull it, valve train up top, sparkling. Looks great. Not even like a little bit of like, you'll get like a yellowy tinge from like used oil.
Yeah.
None of that. It's like brilliant looking.
Oh.
Chef's kiss. Great.
He fuel washed the entire valve train. No.
yeah, exactly. I look at the cam wear, looks great. Everything looks great. Cool. Gasket, it's just a rubber gasket, no scrapey scrape, nothing I've got to do. Just pull it off, whatever. I check the timing belt while I'm there because it's good by mileage. It's overdue by a couple of years. It looks perfect, which is not. That's not how you judge a timing belt.
We know.
But, like, okay, like if I had.
But we're talking about Frank here.
Well, no, I just. If it was like sticking to the budget, if I was going to send it on the rally.
Sure, you would have been fine.
I would have been more than fine.
Yep.
Until you're not, right? That's how timing
belts
are.
Exactly
but seemingly,
how that goes.
Seemingly, like it was not a ticking time bomb, right? You and I have both seen timing belts. You go, it's like
a couple threads closer to
lots of cracking or whatever. But this has like still like the printed ink on the outside of it looks perfect. Okay. Like it all looks really good. Okay, good. So as I said, had a couple of just go put it back together and just got my like really like low torque, just rechargeable Harbor Freight ratchet. Put the new gasket on the valve cover, putting it all back down. And I get to like one of the last few bolts and I hear a pop and it popped. I'm like, what
is that a plastic valve cover on that one?
No, it's a cast aluminum.
Okay.
But the bolt, I sheared the head off the fucking bolt on the valve cover. Fuck. All right, undo it all. So I look up because again had a couple of beverages and I'm an idiot and I'm just like in the groove, listening to music, doing shit right. Well, now is when I look up the torque spec on this, on these bolts. What do you think? What do you think a average torque spec is on a valve cover bolt?
Probably like 16 inch-pounds at most.
Okay. Yeah, this was roughly 16 inch. In my head, it's probably like 1600 valve pounds.
Yeah.
But I think it was like 20. I think it's like 20 inch pounds.
Okay.
I wasn't sending it, but like Yeah, I'm just like whatever, just like snug, just real quick. Once it starts to click a little bit, just done. And I got to, it was like the last third. It was the center on the back side of the head.
Okay. Why didn't you go from the center out like you're supposed to, Frank? Okay.
I did. No, sorry. By backside of the, I mean like if it was longitudinal.
Oh,
so
right.
The rear of cylinder 4.
Gotcha.
Right in the middle. So it was like the basically the last one.
Oh,
and a pop, and it's fuck. So I take it all off, and it snapped like probably a half inch under the top of the head. God damn it!
Do some drunken drilling, did you?
I did. I had an easy out, but it's an 8 millimeter.
Oh yeah, it's nothing.
It's tiny. So there's like nothing to work with. So long story short is I bought some left-handed, just the auto parts store down the road. They had a set in stock, just left-handed drill bits.
Wow.
Started to get on the smallest one, right? I was like, let me start small, because then I at least am drilling. So I use a center punch. I hit it with a center punch. Start a little, get a little bit going, and it barely bites, and then the bit just fucking explodes.
Yeah, parts store bit.
God damn it. Thankfully, I heard it like hit on the other side of my garage, not into the cylinder head. So then, okay, let me do the next size up, and I get it to bite, and I get it to, it does like maybe 3 rounds, like rotations out. Like, okay, great. Boom. Blows up again.
Dude.
And the next size up is too big. So I end up going to a couple days later. Long story short, it cost me like 3 fucking hours.
Right. Yeah.
Between going back to the store and going to the store again, whatever. I got it
15-minute
out.
job.
It is hang tight. It's right here. Oh, and here's some broken drill bits too.
Go figure. The parts store drill bits broke.
Okay.
This is wonderful listening.
Broken drill bit number 1 for those watching at home. Broken drill bit number 2.
Wow, the craftsmanship.
And here it is. So I got it out.
Nice. Do you have a headphones, Frank?
To cap it, and me hearing.
Yeah, there we go.
So
the funny thing is at the onset of this PCP, you said, I don't want to go on for 18 minutes.
I know. But then I said I still will. And it's been, I'm looking at the clock now. It's been 8.5 minutes. So halfway to 19 minutes. So just real quick. So now I got to find a replacement bolt. Great.
Yeah.
Call up Ford. I can't get, they don't answer their phone. Okay. This is on a last Saturday. Drive down there. Guy goes order. Oh, do you have the VIN number? I was like, fuck, no, but give me a minute. I can find it. It's like, no, I just, he's grumpy. He's like, oh, I found it on here. You got to order at least 4. I can't sell you 1, but I'll sell you 4.
Fair.
It's shipping in. It's like $17 and whatever cents. That's fine. Whatever. Here you go. Right. So then like 4 days later, it comes in. I pick it up. This is now Sunday. So a couple of days ago from time of recording. Mm-hmm. I go, I put up. It's too long. They sold me the wrong one. They sold me the one, even though I said, and I offered him, I was like, hey, I've got the VIN number. Do you want to look it up by VIN? He's like, no, I've got it now. It's fine. Fuck it. Okay. No, it's wrong. So now I go in there, I return it, and they're like, oh, the SVT here by VIN, can't get it. Completely discontinued. I look online, can't get it. Completely discontinued. And it's got like a collar on it. It's not just like a regular ass bolt. It's got like a collar on it.
Of course not.
Because it's got a seal that like presses into the valve cover around the exterior of it. So as of right now, I have 2 options. I found a cracked, not a cracked, but like a chipped valve cover on eBay for $100 that has all of the bolts in it.
Okay.
So $100 for a fucking bolt with an extra valve cover that I don't need. Or I found somebody selling a running, driving, but someone stole the cat off of it, SVT, on Marketplace for $800.
Ooh.
For a bolt.
But you could have some upside on the if it is just a cat.
I know. I don't have.
You could 2 for 1. You could sell 2 SVTs next.
God damn it! I know. I don't have the time for this bullshit.
I just want to see your final budget. I want to see your final budget on this cheap rally car, Bill.
I mean, I could turn a profit. I don't have the fucking time. And any SVT heads out there, and apparently this is a thing. Like I found like forum posts from like several years ago. We're like, oh, if you go to a pick and pull, like nobody, like it's just not.
No.
So
not now.
Because I had a couple of too many ciders, and I wasn't paying attention, and it's I'll just buzz this down and burp and what? Oops.
Hand tools, bro, on valve covers. I never ever use power tools.
I know.
Ever.
I know. I was vibing. Oh well.
You were in the mood. You were like full send. I hear you.
I was like, I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna follow I'm going center out. I'm gonna do the fucking install procedure, and then
what Frank didn't show is he had his air tool like positioned over it, and he goes, "Nah, I'm better than that. I'll take my little guy out."
It actually threw the hood off and was standing over it, just sending it with a 3/8 inch impact. Yeah,
that sucks, bro. I can relate. Just send a self tapping screw in there. No one will know.
Yeah. Yeah, just an enormous amount of like Honda Bond or something.
Yeah, destroy the valve cover.
Anywho,
that sucks, dude.
That was too long, but as advertised. How about you?
No, you're here for it.
But you don't pay for.
We're keeping it thematic. The Geo Tracker, my 95 Geo Tracker. We're staying with Suzuki today. It's had a little issues. Older trucks and cars always get a little crunchy when you downshift it too high of a speed, right? Like you ever get that crunchiness? It's pretty standard on older trucks, second and first gear. It hated unless you were at an exact stop. Come to find out, the truck has low mileage, so it shouldn't be doing that.
Sure.
Something else too is the clutch pedal stopped coming all the way up. It would get kind of hung up halfway, and then I could kick it up. This is not a hydraulic clutch. This is a clutch cable car truck. The final straw was I went to start it one day, and it was no crank, no start. And I was like, something's going on with this fucking clutch. So somehow, when I was out, and I got it home, and I'm like, let me look at this thing. So I make Teddy, my 9-year-old son, crawl under the dash because that's a pain in the dick in that truck to get your head under there to look at the clutch pedal assembly and all the connections. He's like, Dad, this part's like super floppy, and there's like this little kind of like pivoty hood like a hook piece that goes on the actual clutch pedal. And he's like, I can hear him jingling it with his finger. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's bad. So, and then I go under the car, I go to where the clutch, it hooks to the transmission, and I'm like literally pulling, and there's no play. So it seized. That's why it wasn't that first and second was because it wasn't fully pulling the clutch separating the clutch.
The cable seized.
The cable seized within the housing.
In the sheath, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why the pedal wasn't coming back because there was nothing to return on. The spring was pulling it all the way, but the rest is caused by the cable coming back. So, dude, ordered one for like $24.
Okay.
Maybe a half hour to do a perfect install where I make sure I torque everything correctly and do it right. And
what's that like?
So I got under it with my fucking 700 foot-pound half-inch impact. So, dude, easy job. Put it in. It drives. It's a brand new truck, dude. Like first and second butter, every shift butter spring. The shock feels like it's like new. That's why I fucking love clutch cables over hydraulics because you're not doing the slave and master and then bleeding that for like 20 days to try to get it perfect. It's just replace the cable.
You ever been like, boy, I've been like kind of sick for like 2 weeks or whatever, and then you take some like antibiotic. You go to the doctor and they like give you some antibiotics or whatever, and then like the next day you feel like an absolute god because you don't realize how long you've been sick and how like you boiled the frog, and now they're like, oh my god, this is what being healthy feels like. Holy shit! Like that's what that type of job is. We're like this has been so shitty for so long, and now that it's fixed. And it like transforms everything
for $24 fucking dollars in a half hour of time. So this is the argument for Suzuki. We came full circle. Get a tracker or a sidekick, guys. These things are a absolute gem.
Yeah.
Something goes wrong. A modern car doesn't shift or doesn't start, no crank, no start, and you're having shifting problems. You're at least $5,000 in with diagnostics. I'm $24 in, and my tracker is new again.
Well, so to be fair, let me be clear. A 9-year-old is significantly more expensive than a $5,000 diagnostic. If you have a child on hand to throw to the mechanical wolves and have them like use their tiny hands for
it was so useful.
Purposes.
And then I had to get under there and do it. What a pain in the butt. But that job kind of sucks actually. But fuck, dude, what a game changer, dude. That little thing, like you said, it's like that and engine mounts. Just do them. It's worth every penny.
Yeah.
And every amount of sweat, blood, and tears you lose. But let's shut it down, dude. Real quick, so thanks for listening, guys. As always, feel free to review the pod wherever you're listening.
It helps.
Check us out on YouTube. We also are, every episode's on there. Subscribe. Hi, if you're watching on YouTube. Leave some crazy comments on the videos. We have a lot of engagement on YouTube, and I kind of like that.
It's kind of becoming a whole thing.
It's becoming a real thing. And on top of that, we have our Patreon, APA pod something on Patreon.
Patreon.com/APA pod. And also, like the mostly largely abandoned Instagram. Please send us horrible inviting scam bait. Because we get a lot of that. So let's stack more of those.
Anything baiting, I'm into it. But also, for my own personal stuff, Auto Obscure Garage, gonna reveal the cheap Overlander build soon, which is gonna be kind of fun to do.
It's already because it's going to already
ether
be
now,
there.
but not on I out of respect for the game, I didn't mention it on my YouTube yet. So that'll be coming where I do like an intro video, and you can see all the issues. Frank has seen it in real life, and I will say that Frank's Overlander is so much cleaner than mine, like a different echelon of cleanliness.
But like by the time this airs, we've already aired that episode.
The mystery,
the episode of dropped.
Yeah.
Not your video.
Yeah, you haven't seen me inspect mine yet, so tune in for that if you want to see all the little issues.
Right.
Is the best way I can verse that.
Frank, behind the curtain.
How about you, man? Any tips where the guys can find out where your world-class photography is? Usually
they already know, unless they don't. Just the Photographer's Garage, some Instagram, a pinch of YouTube. I'm just wildly busy with stuff. I got to hang out with a 72 Alpha Montreal, which is kind of a hero car of mine, and so I got to drive it 2 days ago, and I'm really pumped on it. 2.6 dual overhead cam V8 is just.
Are you double PCPing right now? You can.
No, it's not mine.
He's an animal.
Project Car Progress. So that's a thing. But no, like most importantly, just keep coming back here. That's like more serious stuff that like pays my bills. This very decidedly does not pay my bills.
It's the opposite, I think. I think
it's actually a drain on my social life and
the most important resource in the world, time. It loves to vampire suck that right out of your whatever.
It's milking my time.
Your XL7.
It's the XL7 of my life. So no, thank you for being here. Let's do it again next week. Tell everyone, Congress, all of them. I don't know. Tell people. Write your senator about it. They'll ignore you because that's what they do. And until next time.
Peace out, guys.
Mwah.